is Groundeffected. My name is your dad, and today I'm going to be answering the most asked questions about supporting for 3D printing in resin. I'm going to be using Lychee to show you all this stuff, but the information in this video is going to apply no matter what slicer that you use. So let's cut the waffle and dive straight into my top 3 tips. If you know me, you know that I'm anything but socially conventional, and so let's just do a bonus right meow. A commonly asked question is, how do I scale my model? And this is going to depend on your slicer, but in most slicers there will be an availability for a sizing. And in this slicer that I'm using, all I'm going to do is increase the size in percentage wise. Now let's move on to tip number 1, orientation and suction. The purpose of orientation is to minimize the amount of supports in areas that you would need to clean up later on. Also, at the same time, we're trying to make sure that the model itself doesn't have too much suction on the build plate. Now, suction is the one area of 3D printing that I feel like most people don't quite fully understand. The prints are coming out of a liquid material, and this in itself is going to have some form of hydraulic suction. That means that air needs to get in and out in order for the part itself to be able to be lifted out of this liquid. And so in order to do that, we need to be aware of solid pieces facing the build plate, because these parts will stick just due to friction alone. And if we want to avoid that, we're going to hollow out our models, and if we hollow out our models, we are now creating an entire new suction problem. So we need to start introducing holes which will alleviate that suction, creating an airflow through the print itself, and that is the sole purpose of making sure you're alleviating suction within your orientation and your suction portion of supporting your models. Now, of course, a very important thing that you need to think of when doing this is that later on you're going to need to clean out those models, because now that you've made them hollow, there is a cavity in which resin can get caught inside. So the best way to do this is thinking about hydraulic again and making sure that you have enough holes alternate to the ones that you have in order to create flow, so that you can get alcohol or whatever your cleaning agent is through the inside of your print, thus helping you to clean. And so suction and orientation are all linked to even the back end of after your printing stage. Next, I'm going to show you my support settings, because people are often asking how I am able to do this. In all of the slices, you're going to have an option for the size of the supports that you want to use, and in Lychee, this is donated as light, medium, and heavy. The most common advice is to use a heavy for the heaviest parts that need to hold the model in, a medium for extra bits in between, and light for very small things. And I feel like this is extremely confusing, and people might be getting caught up on that, and so I've created something which I call the buddy system. But before we get into the buddy system, let me show you my support settings. I only use light settings, and these are the settings that I use. My tip diameter is a 0.30 millimeters, my tip length is 2 millimeters, and the diameter of the support itself is 1 millimeter. Now, I do want to mention that these things can change as you adjust, and the things that you are supporting, they may change slightly. On smaller things, I might lengthen the tip length, because this will change the size of the contact point versus how far it is away from the actual support itself. And some things may be heavier, so you might need to increase the size of the diameter of the actual support itself. But in general, I use specifically just lights, this exact settings that I've shown you, and I use this for my buddy system, which will lead me into my next tip, the buddy system. And the buddy system relies on the idea that all the supports are not strong enough to be supports on their own. This is because I am only using lights, and the reason for using lights is the least amount of damage on the model when I pull those supports off. Now, the buddy system means that every single support is not strong enough on its own. That means that whenever we put a support on an island, we need to make sure that this support has his buddy, and not just one. Usually we give them 2, a buddy on each side of him. Make sure that this support is now strong enough to hold that island down whilst it gets printed. That island may not be fully supported by this though, and in which case we may need to add a couple of friends to this group. Now we're going to go around through the rest of the model, and every single island that we have, we're going to give a support onto that island and give that support his buddies. In very small cases, we're not going to be using the full buddy system. That's, for example, on very thin things like hairs. You're going to want to place a support and you're going to want to give him one close friend and not a full buddy system, because when you come to taking these off later, you might actually struggle and snap off that little hair, which is much more frustrating. In theory, if you have used the buddy system correctly, this should work and get you 90% of the way there. The only thing that you need to consider now is the weight of the model itself, and you want to add a couple of extra supports in order to make sure that your model isn't falling off. And these can be placed usually in places that you won't see. For example, on keys or in the back of areas that just genuinely aren't seen. I'll give you a little extra tip here. If you have a load of texture, you want to find the peaks of those textures and add a singular support along all of those peaks, because this will give you a easy support that won't be too much damage, and because it's on a peak, that little support will snap off because it's a very small head and you will have very minimal damage. I will still add that conventional bonus round, and that's going to be about supporting the inside of the model. A lot of us think about supporting and we consider supporting the outside of the model. You are going to need to add some support, but if you think about it carefully, you're only supporting the outside of a shell, and this can wobble to and fro. By supporting the inside as well, we've built a scaffold that holds that entire model still, thus giving us much more precise supports. And this, I'm 100% certain, is one of the important things that helps me to get such great prints without too many disgusting marks all over my models. And you don't have to worry, because you will never see those supports inside. So don't think about a buddy system inside the model. We're talking about group gathering. Just throw supports everywhere and make sure that you are considering the movement of your prints as they're printing. I'm going to be documenting the entire process of creating a model from the start to the finish. This includes where to find your files, as well as supporting and taking them out of the printer, preparing them and painting them. So make sure to stay tuned to find the rest of the series as we move along. And now that you are a super king in supporting your models, you should probably move over to the next video, which is going to be about prepping, taking the models out and cleaning those models and getting them ready for paint. By the way, the model in this video, his name is Floki, and he is only available on Frankie's Kickstarter. This is a character that is part of Frankie's little world called the Tales of the West Wild, and if you want more information about that, there is a description in the link down below.
I reckon you keep that.
Hopefully this video gave you some insight into how I approach supporting my models, and I hope that it helps you with your future endeavors in your own 3D printing career. Of course, if you are watching this on the toilet, you need to make sure you wash your hands, and when you're done with that, share the video with your gran, your aunt, your mom. Also, going on the screen right now is the Patreons. If you're interested in my Patreon, that will support the channel and help us keep these lights blinding my eyeballs in order to keep making videos just like this. If you didn't like anything in this video, then that's a you problem, and maybe you should fuck off.